Most AI videos look like random clips stitched together, but today I'm showing you how to create consistent pixel level animated short film using Hicksfield AI. It's a massive multi-modal platform that gives us director level control over every frame. By the end of this video, you'll be able to move from one single character concept to fully animated scene with perfect audio as well. So let's get right into it. Head over to Hicksfield AI, and if you don't already have an account, you can go ahead create one, or you can even use any other AI platform or tools if you'd like. Just follow the same workflow and you're good to go. But I do recommend using the same models as me to get most accurate results. Now, I've already logged on to my account, and this is the dashboard. We are going to navigate to the image tab where we'll be generating our character first. So switch to image, click on create image button, which will open up this tab right here. Now, before we get into the prompt, let me just quickly explain you the settings you see right here. First off, we are going to start by selecting the model we are going to use. So to switch up your model, click on this button right here and you can find all different sorts of model available in here. I'll be using Hicksfield Soul 2.0, and then you have the option to change the aspect ratio of your image generation. Right now, we are going to keep it 16:9 because later on we are going to use this exact reference image to create our videos as well. So in case you want to change it, you have these options. You can switch to 9:16 also. Next up, you have the quality of the image and it's set at 2K. You can reduce it if you'd like, but mostly we would have it set at the higher value, which is 2K. This button right here helps you enhance your prompt in case you are writing a vague prompt or you are not really sure about what you're trying to create. So this really helps you out with that. Up next, you have the batch size, meaning number of outputs that will be generated by the prompt. So it's at 2 right now, but if you want, you can switch it to 1 or even 4 if you'd like. Now, these settings change according to the model. So if you're not selecting the same exact model, some of the things like color transfer and prompt enhancement won't be available. Also, in Hicksfield Soul 2.0, you can add a character or even choose an editing style from over here. But we are not going to use that, and we are just going to describe the character that we are trying to create. Here's the prompt that I'm using. It's just a quick description of what the character should look like. We have got a 3D animated portrait of a girl named Elara. She has brown eyes and hair. Then there's the outfit description as well as some sort of accessories that we are going to add on her. That's it. I've described the background, which should be a natural light background. So I'm just going to hit this generate button and wait for our character results just to make it seem fair and have a better reference. I'm also going to create a 9:16 version of the same prompt. Okay, so here are the results, and I think I am going to go with this character right here. But before we get into actually creating a scene with it, we need to download this image by clicking on this download button right here. And I want to take it a step further and create. So I'm going to create a character sheet for the same exact character. It's going to be pretty simple. I'm just going to use another prompt and this character image right here as a reference, which you can do by clicking on this reference button. It will add in the character as the reference. And this time around, I'm going to switch the model because Soul 2.0 doesn't allow you to add reference as well as a prompt. So I'm just going to shift to Nano Banana 2, and here's the prompt for the cheat sheet. It basically has our character posing in 3 different views, and also we have a side character which will be used in our video. So we are going to add that into the cheat sheet as well. Now I'm going to just change the aspect ratio and number of images as well as the quality to 2K and generate the image now. Okay, so we got our character sheet, and here's what the results looks like. This is the first one, and this is the second one. More or less, they look the same, just the outfit has changed as well as this glitch cube. So I like the outfit of this one better than this, but the glitch cube looks better in this one. Either ways, I'm just going to use this one. I'll download it, or you can simply use this animate button right here, which will take you directly to the video tab where your image will be added as a reference. Now here I already have my model selected as Kling 3.0. If you don't have that selected, you can go to this model drop down and search for any of the models that you'd like. I'm just going to use Kling 3.0 because I want to create a multi-shot video. So I've added the reference, but this is mostly to add end frame and the starting frame. So I'm just going to remove this from over here. And instead, what I'm going to do is use this elements option. In this, I'm just going to create a new element and then upload the image that we just downloaded, which is Elara's cheat sheet. Let's just call it Elara or cheat sheet. As for the category, I'm going to select character, and for the description, I'm just gonna copy the element name itself because it doesn't really matter. Next up, I'm just going to click on this create button, which will create the element, and now I can refer it into my prompt whenever I'd like by just clicking on @ button and selecting the Elara cheat sheet. So let's talk about this right here. Usually your video tab would look like this. You have start frame, end frame, and then this description box right here where you'll describe the video that you want to create. But in Kling 3.0, you can create multi-shot video. Also, there are a few newer models that support multi-shot videos. Either you can create them automatically or describe them. So if you turn this on, you have two modes. Auto mode, where you just describe your video, and then the model itself would decide what kind of multi-shots it can create. Or you can use the custom option where you choose the number of shots, the duration, and describe each one of them, which is what we are doing right now. Now, here's the first shot. I've described the entire scenario, this shot that it should look like. It's a wide shot, low angle. Elara is in a dusty attic. Then there's this cube right in front of her, which is bobbling. And then I've basically added the camera movement. And for my next shot, this is what the description looks. And in this one, I've added a dialogue for the character. Hopefully, it syncs with the audio as well as the video. And yes, this model does include audio option as well. So I'm going to turn up the duration of this scene to 4 seconds because it's a little longer and it has the dialogue as well. So that's what we got. We got two different shots, and let's see how this turns out to be. Now we already have our model selected. As for the aspect ratio, we are going to stick to 16:9, and the quality 720p is good by us, because if you increase duration or quality of your video, the credits used to create the video or generate it will be increased as well. So I'm just going to use these settings right here and generate the video now. Okay, so we got our result, and check this out. It's really good. I somehow ended up with a 9 by 16 video because I might have chosen that while trying to show you all the different aspect ratios. But here's the output.
You're actually real, aren't you?
See that's what I'm talking about. You got an animation, the dialogue delivery, as well as somewhat of a lip sync. Now all you gotta do is use this character reference every time, create different kind of scenes and shots until you get your whole short film or whatever you're trying to create. So that's the workflow that you need to follow. First generate the image, a character sheet, and then video using that for exact character consistency. Comment down below what sort of animation are you going to create using this workflow, and I'll see you in the next one.